Hello, welcome to YHELPtalk with Nigist. Today we are here with Daniel Bustos and Kevin Hawkins, the Youth Transition Specialist and Maryland Youth Leadership Forum Coordinator and Independent Living Specialist of Independence Now, discussing how to support people with disabilities in honors of Debbie Day. Hello.
Hi.
Danielle, could you please tell us about yourself and your organization?
Sure. My name is Danielle. I work for Independence Now. I'm the coordinator of the Maryland Youth Leadership Forum. Independence Now is the Center for Independent Living, which is a non-residential nonprofit organization. We help people with disabilities in the state of Maryland. We serve 2 counties, Montgomery and Prince George's counties, and we provide a variety of services, but the 5 core services that we focus on are independent living skills, peer supports, transition, peer counseling, systems advocacy, and
independent living skills training.
Kelvin, why is it important to support people with disabilities?
Well, it's important because, despite all the gains with having disabled individuals to live in a community, persons with disability is still an underserved population. So we must continue to, advocate on their behalf, and continue to provide information, and really continue to assist them to ensure that they live independently.
Danielle, can you give some examples of how to support people with disabilities?
Sure. I guess trying to make as many connections as possible. Constantly thinking of organizations that could assist them, whatever assistance that may be. If we're talking about in the community, just treating people with disabilities kindly, treating them respectfully, just like you would anyone else. If we're talking service providers, just trying to get a feel of their story, trying to understand where they're coming from, and relating to them as much as possible.
Kevin, what is Debbie's Day and why is it important?
So Debbie's Day is to recognize our former colleague, Miss Deborah Potts. She was, an independent living specialist for several years before she passed in 2021. So it's just a day to remind, to remember her and her contributions to our agency and the disability community.
What is People First language and why should everyone use it?
When you think of People First language, the most important thing is to recognize how you're describing the person. So the difference would be disabled person versus person with a disability. And the second example, I said person first. That's where the People First comes from. While disabled person, you're recognizing the disability first instead of the actual person. And I think it's important to emphasize and to make an effort to speak this way, because you're not seeing the wheelchair first, or you're not seeing the cane first, the white cane first, or you're not seeing the whatever disability the person has. you're recognizing that it's a person who happens to have a disability, meaning like it is a part of them, but it's not the entire part of them, if that makes sense.
Yes, that makes perfect sense. Kelvin, why should you ask first before offering assistance?
Well, it's just that's how you will act. That's what you would do if you was interacting with somebody that was non-disabled. Before you just go up and help them, you would ask them, do you need your help? Again, I'm a part of that person first. You want to treat them just like anyone else. And again, it all goes back to past history when we use the word handicap, meaning that we always need assistance, which that's not the case.
Danielle, how can someone look beyond a person's disability?
I think a great way might be just to strike up a conversation. A lot of times people are afraid to speak to me or someone else. They don't want to say anything wrong. They don't want to offend me. And I think a great way is to relate to them. Find some common ground, find what hobbies they like. Maybe you and that person share similar hobbies, and you can talk about your hobbies instead of focusing on the disability.
Kelvin, how does inclusivity play a major role?
So inclusivity plays a major role for both persons with disability and in the community as a whole. Because when we talk about inclusion, disabled people doesn't only want to be with other disabled people, and inclusion also help non-disabled persons to interact with persons with disability. So I like to say it's it's a win-win for everyone.
How can anyone follow and support Independence Now, Danielle?
You can look on our website. You can refer people to us. Anyone who needs assistance. We do benefits counseling if you want to get a job and keep your benefits. We have assistive technology. We have supports planning. Literally anything you need information on, we will do our best to get that to the consumer. Another great way, you can check out our website, look at our events that we have going on. We have a couple of events once a month, budget planning, housing seminars, youth groups, cooking classes, just kind of spreading the word as much as possible.
Well, thank you for tuning in to YHELPtalk. Please go to yhelpnow.com and follow at YHELPnow for more information about mental health and life skills. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much.